So let's preview the Frosty Faustings online. So Frosty Faustings 13 online, the Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2 online exhibitions happening on Friday, 7 p.m. CST, January 29th. So 6 matches worldwide too. So I say worldwide, it's just kind of one match from worldwide, but you get the idea. It's all across the United States, even a bit of Canada and then Japan. 6 amazingly great matches between some of the best players in the world. And just really strong specialists is what I was looking of. Character specialists. So, from Japan, you have one of the best, if not the best, Jam and Teresa, and you have the King Potemkin. You have the Lord Grappler God himself, FAB. So the first match is going to be a nice match between two of the most entertaining players from Japan. People love Teresa because he's so animated, and he's so I wouldn't say disrespectful, but he will just check you and say, "Hey, I'm gonna do something," and it's up to you to stop it. And it's just so fun to watch him play. His jam is just high velocity, entertaining. I love seeing that guy compete, and he can be a little emotional, but that's kind of part of his charm sometimes. So I'm excited to see how he goes up against how his will can go up against FAB, who's been playing Potemkin for the longest time. When you think of this character, typically you think of FAB because he really has everything broken down with him, and it's just Potemkin not being a strong character considered usually, but FAB Potemkin is just he makes it work extremely well. That just shows the strength of the player, making a character look better than they are. Who still can be a tough time for him because, again, the character has the limitations that can be exploited. So we'll see how well Teresa can just apply that pressure that he's known for. So then next up on the list is a Midwest special. So you have a very, very seasoned and just super nice guy. Both of these, it's like battle of the nice dudes. Battle of the guys that you see them, if you run into them, their eyes light up. And, they will give you a big old hello and handshake and, just really super friendly guys. And that's going to be between Black Snake and Mr. K. So, it's a Midwest Classic. You have St. Louis versus Chicago. Black Snake, amazing Venom player, right? He's been playing Venom since the early Guilty Gears. His big brain is incomprehensible. He has such a good feel for the game, and his rhythm is truly unique. And then you have Mr. K, who's just one of the hardest workers I've seen in fighting games in the last couple of years. Playing Leo, it's really stepped up a lot back in like 2018, 2019, 2020. Of course, hard to say with how things have changed, but just pushed and pushed and pushed and put himself on the map as the premier Leo player and as the premier Guilty Gear player from the U.S., having consistent and strong results with his Leo. So it's gonna be really fun to see both these players go at it, where you have Black Snake, who plays by his own rules, and then Mr. K, who just wants to run you over. So I'm excited to see that match and how that plays out. And then the following match is kind of a fun one. So this is a match of the waifu lovers. So you look at this, and this is just, hey, you got Mystic versus Vivian. And Mystic is, the biking guy. His love for biking is immeasurable. And up to par is Vivian and his Elfeld. So it's like, whose adoration of their character, which well runs deeper for the amount of like character caringness that they have for that. So it's like someone like Mystic, where it's like, biking, you see things with that character where it's like, I love the nub and stuff like that, and it's just a little creepy, I'll be honest. But it's she is extremely popular for a lot of reasons, but also very hated. And guess what? Elfelt's the same way. So it's like the layers to this matchup are multiple. And that's why I'm excited to see, because they're both really good players with really good game plans. You know, Vevian has had consistent results in the Chicago locals, even like placing well in like the last couple years where we had the offline events. I think like 2019, he had some really good showings when he could go out. And, it's a frustrating player to play against sometimes. But, same could be said for Mystic. So, it'll be frustrating for each other, right? Because as much as they love their character, I'm sure they hate the other. So we'll see how that plays out. And, most people are going to just be like, roll their eyes when they see that matchup. It's like, I want them both to lose. Oh, boy. And then you have like the opposite end of the spectrum. And you have two of the most beloved players in the U.S. scene. Two SoCal guys who are masters of their craft, have a great mindset, and are just so smart with their approach to these fighting games. And so Kizzy K versus Fu. So Kizzy K Sin going up against Fu and their Koom Haehyun. So Kizzy, you all know Kizzy. Kizzy is Kizzy K. Panda Global's Kizzy K. Rocking the Sin for as long as Exert and Rev 2 and Rev had been around. Always really solid results, good performances, and just super strong, super strong in mindset and execution, as well as like decision making and just knowing when to turn things on and off. So he's a player that's a threat. And just as in that same vein, you have Fu, one of the bravest and also one of the smartest Guilty Gear players in the United States. And, playing a character like Koom that is a lot, it's a big body character, not super fast, has, ridiculous set play. And that's like going to be the Fu's MO. Fu's going to try to get those knockdowns, try to run the Oki on Kizzy, and just make him suffer for it. Kizzy's going to just try to play the neutral, get the knockdown himself, get that big damage that he can, and avoid getting put in that the Koom Haehyun blender, right? And Fu's just good decision making, just like Kizzy does. It's so hard to get out of his pressure, and he capitalizes on things so well. So, and he's not skipped a beat. Just both of them really have not stopped playing Guilty Gear, especially because of Guilty Gear Accent Core Plus R getting the rollback update, and they've not stopped. And I want to see how much performance degradation might have had for Fu. I'm not sure how much more he's played of Exert since the Plus R beta, and then now the full release of the GGPO/rollback version came out, and seeing how he's been just involved in that 100%, right? But I think if it's a long set, like a first to 5, he'll have time to like regain like his mental stack and get going. If he's been playing like at home against a beautiful dude and still stay sharp from that, then hey, there you go. But him versus Kizzy is going to be just a high, just big brains playing checkers, or they're playing chess. They're playing big brain chess. That's gonna be a lot of fun to see. And then instead of the SoCal match, so you had the SoCal match before, right? Kizzy and Fu. You have the NorCal match between another two amazing players, and the character variety again here is super good. You'll have Daemendo and GC Yoshi. So Daemendo, Slayer, super chill, nice guy, always kind of always a good person to run into and has a good conversation with him every time I meet him. So I'm happy to see him playing. And the GC Yoshi's just been another cordial guy. As much as GC Yoshi can play like an ass, which is fine because that's his play style and the character he likes to play. He himself is just this funny dude, nice guy, genuine, very sincere person. Like both of these guys are just super sincere. They know when to joke around, how to joke around. They have fun with it, but they're just like really stand up guys that I respect a lot. And their match is gonna be super fun to see. Slayer versus Bedman. Bedman, not the most common character, but GC Yoshi's been playing him for the longest time. Just the same as Demendo's been playing Slayer for the longest time. So this matchup between these two is going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see these NorCal guys, who I'm sure, have played countless times in tournament, play again online, and it'll just be fun because it's one of those matchups that they know each other so well. So you're going to get a player match as much as you're going to get a character match. So that'll be the really fun part about Daimendo versus Ishiyoshi and the NorCal set. And then finally, Canada's Peppery Splash, and then Chicago's Kizzer Crate. So this is a fun one because Kizzer Crate has, like Black Snake, plays on his own rhythm. He plays the characters like Kai and Jin Kisaragi, so he's known for like the Sword Boys. His play style is just his play style is he's working towards the IK. This man lives to get an instant kill, and this set is gonna be, can Peppery avoid getting put in the shocker? Can he avoid getting stepped on like that? So I'm excited to see how that plays out. Peppery's just super smart, just all around funny guy online, but his playstyle shows like this inner force that is, if you look at him, not to be mean or anything, but it's just his like, it's this skinny dude, slightly hunched over, always got his headphones on, always seems like he's always like in his own self, right? But then when he gets on to play a fighting game, his play style is just so refined and so ferocious that it's just a very huge departure from what you see at him. It's like, well, you can never read by a book by its cover. So, and again, Kizzer, strong dude. Mentally, I think he's going to be super good, and it'll be a fun match to see how that plays out. And if Kizzer can make his stuff happen, I don't know if there's anything underlying between the two, that this is going to be a set between them, because to me, this is like the least apparent of, hey, there is a theme to this, right? So I'm excited to know more about that. But these 6 matches, again, happening tomorrow, Friday the 29th, are going to be amazing. I look forward to them. 7 o'clock Central Time. You see the Twitch stream there. BG Callisto. It's going to be good. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So please look forward to that, because I know I am. They're all just 6 amazing matches, and I don't expect any sweeps at all, except just nail biters, hype, and good fun all around. So that's that. And the rest of Frosty Faustings is happening the rest of that weekend. No, do not delete my camera, please. Thank you. The rest of Frosty Faustings is happening this weekend. You have exhibitions all tomorrow, so Soul Calibur and BB Tag, and then you'll have everything else for Saturday and Sunday. So if you have a favorite fighting game, check it out. Frosty Faustings. The whole schedule is up there, and you get to see all the different players who will be competing for the exhibitions. You can see the schedule for the tournament and what channels they'll be on. So I can't wait to see everybody in chat for all those. So yeah, I am ready. I am ready for some Frosties. Okay. With that, we're gonna stop recording.